Today we're going to take a look at the Dioram-X Windows and Door Pack. It's an STL pack that you can purchase, and it comes with all of these different pieces to help you make different kind of combinations of doors and windows. Today we're going to go through all the different parts that comes with the pack, how they all work. We're going to go ahead and start with the door kit. It comes with all these different pieces. These are all pieces here for the door frame, and so we'll go through exactly how all this stuff works. You have the doors themselves, and these particular ones I already installed the doorknob. So on this side I only did it on one side, so you don't have to put it on both if you don't want to, but if you do, it is fine to put the doorknobs on both sides. Let's go through exactly how we would install and do a door into an actual wall panel. We're going to go through all those steps, and so what you need is a wall panel piece. This is what we sell here at the Dioramas kit. It's part of the wall pack. If you don't want to use these walls and you want to use your own, you can absolutely still use these in like a foam board or any other type. You just have to cut out a space for these connectors, or simply just glue the inner frame pieces to your inside of your wall. So that's really up to you. We're going to show how it works with our Dioram-X modular wall system. All right, as you can see on the back side here, we have a few grooves already. This is for the filler piece for this particular panel, in case you want to convert it to a wall. But for now, we're going to use it as a door. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this. I'm going to set this off to the side. We need to first go ahead and get all the inner frame pieces, and you'll know that what those are because they have the line inside the middle, and this is for the door stopper. And like you also have the hinge piece here, as I'm showing you now. So we're going to take this hinge piece, we're going to flip it to its back side, and you're going to take two of the connectors and you're going to insert them into the keyed slots. There's only one way they can go, so you don't have to worry about getting it wrong. Go ahead and insert those there, just like that. And we'll set it off to the side for the moment, and we'll go ahead and get the other, this is the latch side. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing here. And get those in there. All right, so now that we have those two sides done, now the top one is a little bit modular because we want to be able to do different things with the top piece. But so you can actually just use it without any of the top connectors if you want, and you can just use friction to hold it in place, and that will work totally fine. But if you do want to actually add a little stability, we have these little adapters here, and then you just go ahead and connect your little connectors here into those adapters, and then you can slide those adapters right on the side here, and then you can also have your connector slots here as well. One thing to note is that there is an orientation here, but I believe these need to be towards the back and the bar needs to be towards the front. So we're going to go ahead and take this wall panel here. We're just going to go ahead and insert these right in. And as you can see, that holds that piece right there in place. We're going to do the same thing with the hinge. Now, this is where you have to decide which way you want your door to swing. So obviously, if you want it to swing on this side, coming in this way, then you would put it here. Otherwise, you'd flip it to the other side. We'll swing it on this side here. I'm just going to add that in. All right, and then we'll take this other piece here, and we're gonna just make sure that we line it up. So check to see which side that bar is on and make sure it goes towards the front side, and line up the connectors and go ahead and insert it. And you should know that you have it the right way because it should all be nice and flush, except for the little parts popping out here, the connector tabs, but everything else should be nice and flush to the wall. All right, and once you have that done, you can go ahead and start assembling the trim work. So I usually start with the hinge just because I find it the easiest because it's the easiest to identify because of the notches. And you can see there's those little grooves in here. You just line up the grooves right over the tabs and you'll just connect them right up. Just like that. And you do the same thing on the other side. The square tops, you'll see like there's a square top on here, a square top in here. These square pieces all go on the back side. The triangle pieces all go on the front side. So again, here's your top. Same thing, just line it up, give it a nice little push, and you're good to go. Now we flip over to the front side and we repeat the same process. I usually start with the top just because I like to. And then just go ahead and find the matching side. And you'll just line that up and go ahead and connect it as well. I usually just squeeze them together. It helps just make sure everything's all centered and in where it's supposed to go. And then same thing with this side. Just go ahead and line this up and squeeze it together. And there you have it. So the frame, once connected, it should stay on pretty good. It doesn't usually come off. Now, if you bump it too hard or whatever, a panel might pop off, but they're just easy to pop right back on. And then it's just a matter of you deciding what kind of door you want to do. So they come in different styles. There's going to be a large panel style like this one. There's going to be a small panel style like this door, and then a plain door as well. So you get to decide what style you want to go with. And then for now, we're just going to go ahead and do this. The hinges you want to make sure are towards the back side of the door. So the front of the door is away from the hinges. The hinges are on the back side. Take the door frame on the back side here, turn the door 90 degrees, line up the hinges, and just go ahead and slot them right in to spot. And then this go ahead and closes in. This just closes with a little bit of a tab spot right there, so it's just a little pressure. You can open it right back up. And once the actual frame is in place, locked in with other walls, it adds the right type of tension there for that door frame. And that is how you assemble our door frames. I'll set this to the side. One other thing I wanted to show is it also includes this door jig. You don't have to use this if you don't want to, but when you print your door pieces, they will come out in two parts. You'll have a back part like this that has the hinges on it. It does have some supports. You can leave the supports in if you want for just make the door feel a little heavier or thicker. Otherwise, you could take the supports out to make it lighter. And then you'll have the top panel. And so basically these will just get glued together. We put a few X's for suggested spots on where to put the glue. And if you want to use the jig, you just go ahead and drop the door right into the jig. You put your glue spots on here. You can just line this up, press it, and once it's all nice and dry, you just give it a few seconds for the glue to take hold, like super glue. And there's a spot on the back with your finger. You can just push it out with your hand, and there you have your door all done. So we included that just to make it easier to glue and helps it keep it more in alignment. So that's an optional piece that you do not have to use if you don't want to. Let's move on to the windows. We have a couple of different window styles to choose from. They all generally look very similar. They're all basically a single hung window. However, there's different stylings. So this one here is a more basic window style. It does come in multiple parts. So everything is printed in multiple pieces, so it prints nice and clean. So these inside edges will print flat on your bed, and then you'll print two of these connectors. I only have one here at the moment, but then what you'll do is go ahead and connect these two together. Take your top connector here and pop that on, and then you'll take your bottom connector and pop it on as well. The reason why I did not add the second connector is because I want to show you a accessory option that we are offering as well, and that is an air conditioner unit. This is not included in the kit, but will be part of the accessories pack. And then you have your air conditioner unit, and it just slides right in to that, and there it is. Sits right in, nice, right where it's supposed to go. Very secure. Now this is again an optional piece. You don't have to use it, but otherwise you can just put your normal connector on the bottom. In addition to being able to accept accessories, this can use glass panels if you want to put them in. On the back side, there is a groove inset here. Now it's only meant to be either set in or glued in, so you would have to take care of that. But if you did actually cut a panel, I'll show you what it looks like. I have one right here. We actually cut this out of styrene. So there's a clear panel here, and we just cut it to size and it fits right in. There is a glass model that is the right size template, so you can use it as a template to cut it out, or just as a blackout if you want it to be like a black window. So you can choose how you want to do that, but you can put and glue in panel inserts if you want on these types of windows. The type of styrene that we use for our windows is this. It's the mega format styrene plastic sheets. We just get them right off of Amazon, and we just cut them up into the pieces that we need. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next type of window, which is the moving windows. And so these, as you can see, they look very similar. However, they actually have moving window panels. And so you can actually go ahead and get that type of action as well out of your window. It's very, very nice. They have the right type of grip, so they don't slide, but they have the right friction, but they're very easy to move. And you can do either side to the top or the bottom, so you can just decide which side you want facing forward. Here we have some sample glass in this black one here. Here's another sample in gray. Same thing, moving. These pop out pretty easy. So when you want to actually go and assemble these type of windows, they're done very similarly with the connectors and the two halves. You put the two halves together, put the connectors on. And then these windows, they actually come in two pieces as well. So I'll go ahead and separate this one. So as you can see, I'll take out the little glass panel here. It comes in two halves. One has a tab on it, the other one has a slot, and you just go ahead and slide. There's also a groove on one side. You want the grooves to be touching each other, because that's the groove for the glass panel. So if you did want to put a glass panel in yours, you don't have to, it's optional. But if you did, you cut it to size, you put it in that little space right there, and then you go ahead and you slot this together, connect your piece here, and then now you have yourself your glass panel. There, I'm just gonna straighten that up, just like that. And then it just grooves in on the side. So there's some groove marks here, and there's two sets of grooves in the inner frame. You just put one on the front side, so I just put it right here in the middle, just get it lined up in spot, flip it on over, do the same thing, and get it in its groove here, and there you have your window fully assembled. All right, in addition to that, we have two different styles of windows as far as how they're actually looking on the wall panel itself. All the windows I've shown you to this point are considered flush mount windows. So here's an example of a flush mount. As you can see, the brick wall here, it is flush with the actual brick surface, and that is how all these windows were initially designed, to be that way. But some people may want more of a trim look on the outside, and that's where we made a trim version, an outer trim version of the same moving window. So on the sliding window, we have a different frame piece that you can use, and then these attach just like the door frames, and then you can just print out the outer frame here, and you just go ahead and connect it to the front. To demonstrate that a little bit more clearly, I have the separate pieces here. This is the normal window half that you do the front and back for flush mount, but in this case you just print the one for the back side, and you print this slightly modified version that has the connector tips on it. You can then put those together and then put your trim then on the outside. If you really wanted to have trim on the inside of the window, you can just print two of these and two of the trim pieces as well, and put trim on the inside of the window if that's what you like. One last thing I want to show is that the AC unit accessory does work fine. You just go ahead and set it in place, and then just lower the window down. So this is more like how an actual AC unit would be put in place. You'd put in place, the window would come down on it to hold it, and that's where it works just fine. So you can do that same accessory here. You can technically use the connector spot on the flush mount if you want to, but you just don't need to with the opening and closing window. Now on the one with the trim, you cannot use the connector because the trim is covering it. But the accessory does still work just by placing it in and closing it down on top. Let me get that there. There we go. So it does fit in there. Oh, there we go. I had it slightly off. So as you can see, it fits just fine in the trim version as well. So I just wanted to show you that this accessory does work with all the different styles of windows that are included in this kit. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. You can see all these available at graphicstore.com. We also have ways for you to communicate with us. You can follow us on Instagram with Graphics Industries. We also have an Etsy store for Graphics Industries as well. So if you'd like to look at any of these things, purchase them, any of the STL packs, or if you want us to help you design your own Dioram-X system, we can do that too. We offer a custom build service where we can help you design any size diorama that you want and then quote it all out. We'll give you 3D renders and everything. So you decide if that's something that's interesting to you. Feel free to reach out to us. If you have any questions, you can reach down into any of the comment fields of any of the places you're looking at this video. And we just thank you for your time and for you watching. Have a great day.